or Sissy don't like me. When you talk about this femininity, what's it, feminism? It's when I but aslingani must spoken my big. Aslingani when you have to kill spiders and kick out frogs. Aslingani when it's aslingani here. So why is it that you want to put aslingani in this one aspect that suits you? But then when it also suits you aslingani, I must eat you, I must sacrifice, I must do this, I must be the man. But when but I must now cover 90%, 80%. Fucking no offense.
I've been battling with that. Like I've struggled to know what the right formula is now for Umjita leading, like a new age gent leading his household. Because if we submit that the way our parents did things was flawed, where a timer just says and he already says, okay, sure, I subscribe, then we want to involve our leaders a bit more. But the mistake with that is that they believe then by being involved you're on equal footing. As soon as you then, as a man, say, okay, I've heard you, but you're going in this direction. If it differs from what they wanted, that's a fight now. Now your house is on shakier footing. What's the right approach to incorporating the modern way of being a man, yet still being far from what our timers were?
No, I don't want to be far from what our timers were.
Yeah, but it didn't work, huh?
Why do you say that?
Because I don't think all our moms were genuinely happy.
I don't think our timers were happy.
It's very fair.
So I'm trying to say what's a successful model, and I don't think the communities that we look at when we say are successful, I don't think they're busy sitting there asking their madams for every single opinion and suggestion.
But if our dads weren't happy, do you agree it means it didn't work as well?
But who's happy? Who's these people who are? If you look at the I'll tell you something. Where I went for lunch. This was an Indian restaurant.
Sure.
That guy opens 365 days a year.
Jeez.
9:30 closes at 9 p.m.
Jeez.
And he says, no, I'm here.
His wife
and kids at home.
Sure.
So he's there. She's on biryani boy.
Sure.
She's on bunny cow every day, all day. But his wife is at home. So someone will say, yo, but this woman is at home with the kids. It must be horrible. Yeah, Lana. So I'm saying
So what's the middle ground?
So, but again, I want to go back and I say I don't think the way that Disney movies sold us happiness is what we need to be aspiring to achieve. You know,
sure.
I see this with my kids. What makes my kids happy is playing PlayStation and fucking eating Pringles all day. That makes them happy.
And that can't be their lives.
I have to remove that happiness.
Yes,
Lord, it gives me great joy. It gives me great joy.
But for a reason, right? Like
but I'm going to Mina, and this is what we've said with Debs multiple times. Success is sitting on the other side of pain. Yeah, what? So
there's a belief in that.
Yeah, hard. And you need to sacrifice for pain so that you have success for your family.
Sure.
And happiness will look like the fruits of your labor.
To you.
No, to the communities that I've been studying. So let's say I take it, I'm studying on Pakistan, or I'm studying on my Niger, or I'm studying my Muslim friends, or I'm studying, because they'll say it seems so oppressive. From school, you had to go to madrasa every day, and learn the Quran, and you need to do this. It's almost like your father was abusive, and he's like, no, he wasn't. I chatted to the Jewish boys, and the Jewish boys said, no, their family said, I need to get close to that girl.
Because
so when you can't pick a chief, they know better, I'm going to get close to that girl.
Yes.
So then when I look at what happiness is for us as black people, our generation, happiness speaks to a lot of things that are fun, and a lot of things that are fun become destructive.
Sure.
So when we think what's wrong, he wasn't happy. We're bitches, Twilight, he wasn't happy. So when I started looking at it, I was like, hey, maybe I need to redefine what happiness looks like. It might mean sacrificing.
Pain is happiness.
It might mean sacrificing. No PlayStation, nothing. So then PlayStation on a Saturday, saying after you come back from sports, for show 5 pain the PlayStation. And then from there, take a focus. And then my happiness will be Sebe manipulate as an example, or Sebe partner eating, or Sebe watching Uzita when I take him to diggers and he's running shuttles and he's crying. Oh, I'm so happy, boy.
Sure.
Oh, my heart is full. I know his mom can't be there because his mom will say, no, it's pain. But pain is, and I know if the more of these shuttles that he does, these ones, I know they'll get him closer to his goals. Kicking, screaming, I can't allow you.
But what if,
I'm trying to.
No, I struggle with that. I'm trying to figure out then, because that's, I'd argue, the service as a father you must do. You must sacrifice, you must give, you must pour into. I'm trying to figure out how you and your wife or you and your partner are happy with each other. What ecosystem must you create for you guys to jointly feel important and jointly to subscribe to them, and at the end of it, be like, I was happy because I achieved it.
I think going to what you're saying about our parents, grandparents, we are right that no one was happy.
Yes.
And I think in any example, we need to take what worked, put it in your life. The other things aren't inspiring.
I agree with that.
It's like the parenting that's happening now. One of the issues is that you're saying, my kid must not be the environment where I grew up in because there's a lot of pain. Sharp. But there was something that is good. If you go too extreme from that environment, you're also taking away something that molded you to be something in life, So my kid will never see the hood. Whether if you English, mustn't speak English, so that there's a skill that they like, because English is in a two, they can cross the road. English in a two car. They're scared. So I'm saying is, we should have a 5. But They can take them to a shop.
Yes.
How buy
Yeah, yeah.
ingane yakhe ngisho ifuna amanzi akayikhelela amanzi siyakwazi ukuyikhelela amanzi.
Yeah.
What? That's survival.
In a 5.
I used to walk to taxi rank grade 1.
Yeah, I'm like in a 5 you beating your chest with it in a 5. Khelela amanzi.
You see what I mean?
Survival.
But that's the thing, and we go to extreme when we think of these examples. We always say, no, that thing didn't work. So with our parents, going back to what we speak about, there are certain things that worked with them, and we must take some nuggets from it. I think in modern relationships, we can't take that holistically and put it in this now. And equally, how we're living now, you must understand that Imediako is also a decision maker at work. When she goes into the home, it's very hard for her just to switch it off. When someone already didn't go to Azama Espani. So when I must challenge out to Miss Bonisane, they didn't have it because she didn't need to practice that muscle of challenging or just having a discussion, you know, it was not there. So I think relationships now must be based on who is strong at what. Let go to I handle the finance.
Yeah, but look.
I don't never want to say boy. In you by 10, it's out.
Sure.
And that was strong in that aspect.
Sure.
So for me, it's about what is it that you are strong at as immediate. Now as you out. When you your finance.
Sure.
Okay, when I'm a homework. So we know that we'll have a debate, but once we reach a certain point, you make that decision because you are strong in that aspect. I don't think one person must just lead and they're leading in all aspects. You must decide the school. No, some things you're not good.
No, I hear you. But I still think that as if you're trying to at least pick up from the wins of certain communities, then you need to be the CEO, bro. And if you're going to say
you don't have the advantages of that community, you don't own industry. You don't have the ability to say to women don't do work.
I'm not disputing. I'm saying if that's your yearning, you need to upskill and get yourself to a point of CEO of a household so that you can delegate. For example, like I don't do anything. I don't say makunde funeka lokhu. It's not my arena. So I'm not going to be challenging Imam would say okay. Sure. And when it comes to finance, there's an allocated budget for that. So she works as a CFO within that. So when it comes to the duties of a COO, we are no paid. When it comes to the duties of the CFO, we are no paid. I mean, my job is fundraising.
Sure.
So the reason was I think what I've seen success in traditional homes that I at least look up to is when Ubaba becomes a CEO, maybe a delegator. Ingane ziba general worker. Once
the men can delegate, you know the men who can't do
those men tend to be failures.
It's a lot of them.
Those men tend to be failures. I'm talking about the North Star. I'm not saying that's where we are.
Oh, failures is wrong, man. What if Imediako can lead the house? She can be the CEO.
Those women, from the men that I've seen of homes that I see, does not work. If you can show me in strong traditional homes, because when we speak of matriarch,
traditional homes are secret. I'm speaking about us.
But anyway, what is us that is working? I'm saying when I go to us, black, this generation that is working, so I'm not seeing a female-run-led household that is successful. I'm not saying they're parents.
Then the community has that in abundance where time was went and fought. During apartheid, they were in certain wars, and women ran the household. I'm thinking of situations even where I can think of my grandparents worked in a mine in Josie. Guys, it's another different thing.
That's exactly what I said.
Imali would come in me with Ukoko.
Yes,
and
she decides on everything.
And she would run the household.
But that's exactly what I said. I'm the CEO. Anything one. Umem is CFO, finance,
and COO
operations.
So yours is just a print business.
My job is fundraising.
Sure.
I'm saying the matriarchs that we've seen work, chances are I haven't seen there being strong men anyway. My grandma's matriarch was Mkulasho. Yeah, one type of things.
Okay.
But that's not called Mkulu.
So what do you mean? So in situations where you've seen a female CEO,
if there's weak men or no men. Nah. I'm saying I'm here to see a Gebza and go to his home. Where the person who's in the driving seat of the family decisions in his home.
Why are you saying weak men?
No, but you know, in his home, the person who's the driving decision for the general family discussions and where the family is moving and the goals of the family is Imam. Because Mark go to Debs So if I can see those families, and I'm not saying they aren't there, if I can see those families where I can see a strong gent, but the woman is stronger and she's the one who's saying, Yazi, no, are we going to do film? Yazi, when I stay at home, or Yazi, no, but I've seen the opposite happen. So what I'm saying is that I've seen the opposite happen. I've heard men say, no,
yes, also factor in generational differences.
Of course.
Because your peers were still exposed to the big gender pay gap and effort gap. What I'm seeing now, with my peers, are beasts of women. Absolute forces. Undeniable forces. Whose careers climb what I'm doing in 10 years, they've done in 5. And they have the capacity to think strategically. And you find it faster than Cheetah. And you find it, and value is something Gens hate to admit, is that women work much harder than men. In corporate sense, women grind. And women have an innate ability
why
to toil.
Why are you I'm disregarding that? When you speak to them in the household, when you speak in the family, to the whole, when you speak to them, is she still wanting and yearning for as strong as she is? She's a fucking lioness. Is she still yearning for Mufasa? Is my question.
Look, maybe I've only experienced them in the marriage already, so I don't know what they yearn for.
But the marriage is Uba, but when you speak to these ladies, is he Mufasa?
No, he can't be. Because
he's not strong financially.
This girl is a year younger than you.
What do you think? Like she's lately born with this?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
It's a skill. She's sharp in the skill of being a fighter.
I'm talking about North Star. It's something to strive for. The reason why a lot of these men are DMing us all the time is because they lost.
Yeah.
So what do we say? Hambe Jimmy.
Yes.
So like, no name mom.
Yes.
If she outburns you, she can feel physically safe next to you.
Yes, yeah. It feeds.
Put your head down.
Nature. Yes.
Bro. Because we're trying to say,
But accumulating money isn't being a strategic leader.
no, it's not.
It's not.
But it's not. Hence why, once you are the head of the household,
Yeah.
and you know what to Umama is the best financially. Who's the CFO?
No.
No.
I'm not saying financially. I'm saying strategically.
I think the woman must be the CEO. That's in some instances.
If you meet
Because he's a case study.
That will never happen with me.
no, but then that's different.
But I'm different. Because I'm saying, show me those families, and then I can learn, and I can grow, and I can say, oh shit, I've now experienced those families, and I can learn from
What
them.
you're seeing now, Ken, in the 28 to 35-year-olds now,
Yeah.
is a weird pairing of women who have more value in corporate than the man does.
Yeah.
So they climb higher and they earn more.
Fact.
And they get skills the men will get much later.
They're in senior positions.
And those skills can be implemented in the house.
That's what I'm saying.
Whereas the ladies,
I speak to those ladies as well. And the ones that, again, case study one, they are still yearning. She's making 80. She's making.
How many niggas are actually able to be at that level?
fighting for the 1%.
Bro, I've never spoken to a corporate guy who's making 80K a month,
Right.
who's saying, I'm happy for a guy who makes 30.
No.